Okay, we're going live. Hi friends, this is Lindsay. Is anybody out there? Just give me like a hi or, thumbs up or, tell me where you're watching from. We have people from all over the world who watch, which I think is really cool. So thanks for watching. If you're just joining in, then come at the right time. It's right at the beginning. I'm Lindsay for Swing Design, and today we are going to be making some faux leather earrings. I made these quite a while ago with my Silhouette Cameo 4, and you can too. It's actually surprisingly easier than I thought it was going to be, and it's a lot of fun because there's a lot of customization options that you can do. So I'm just going to show you one way how I've done it before, but your imagination and creativity can go wild with this project, so you can have a lot of fun with it. So let me go ahead and see if we've got any comments so far. I figured out how to do that. I have to refresh my screen. It's the only way I've been able to do it. But actually, let's go ahead. I'm going to start from the very beginning of the earring design. So I'm actually going to start in Silhouette Studio. So I'm going to pull that up here, and you should be able to see it. No, that's not what I want you to see. We want you to see this. There we go. Okay, so these are the earrings designs that I'm going to be using. You can see this one here has the hole cut out in it. This one doesn't, but it's got this extra piece here, which I'm going to cut out in HTV so that we can put some HTV on it, some glitter HTV. So I do have all the products linked in the description, including these earrings too. So when you open up the file at first, I'm just going to cut these exactly as is, but of course I have 2 ears, so I'm going to copy and paste it so I can cut out 2 earrings. And then, let me see what I did before. Yeah, I just did it like that. Okay, so because when I cut this out of faux leather, the back of the leather is going to be exposed. I actually want to cover that up, so I'm going to cut both of these again. So I'm going to make another copy of them, and I am going to mirror these. I'm going to flip them horizontally so that I can put them on these two on the back of these, and they'll be faux leather on the front and back of the earrings. So just in case they flip around, then you see the faux leather from all sides. For this one, again, I have 2 ears, so I'm going to make 2 earrings. Let's go to copy and paste. And then I thought it would be really cool is if I had this piece on that side going this way, and then this piece, I'm going to have it mirrored and going the other way. So I'm going to make 2 earrings like this. And again, I want to do the backs of these as well. So since these 2 pink pieces are going to be cut in HTV, I'm going to set those off to the side because I'm not going to be cutting them right now. I'm going to cut these 2 again for the backs. So I'm going to make another copy, and again, we want to mirror them. Now, because these are pretty symmetrical in design, then it doesn't, not really much happens when you mirror it, but it's just good to get into the habit so you don't forget. So I have actually already cut out 3 of these, and so I'm going to put those off to the side because I just need to cut out these last 2. And so what I recommend is when you're setting up your mat, wherever you decide to put the earrings or the faux leather, that you don't put them too close to the edge of the mat, that you pull them in a little bit from the top and from the side. So that, this part here and here can stick to the mat, and then you're just cutting cutting in, you know, farther into the material. So it kind of seems like a waste, but I've had the best success with that. So then I have also created my own cut settings. So these are custom cut settings. There's a written tutorial that I posted in the description of this blog post, or of this video, so you can check that out, and it has these cut settings. A blade of 10, a force of 22, I think this should be a speed of 1, and 2 passes. Sorry, there we go. And then we're ready to set up our mat. So let me actually switch back to the webcam. I'm going to see if we've got any questions so far. How's everybody doing? Is anybody making faux leather earrings or faux leather crafts right now? Because they're a lot of fun. I've always had, you know, these have been really popular. So I actually made them for like 3 or 4 sets for my little cousins, and for Christmas, and they turned out great. Okay, so I'm going to bring this around and put it down here. Okay, so the type of leather that I'm doing and the material settings that I've set them up for is for this Cricut faux leather sheets. They come in different kinds of colors and sheens. This is like their patina, so it's got like a shiny shimmer to it, which I really think is super beautiful. And then it's pretty thin too. So there are you know, other kinds of leathers, faux leathers out there. So you know, if it's thicker or different than the Cricut faux leather sheets, then you may need to do some test cuts to make sure that you can cut through it. And then when you're setting up your mat, one of the things that's the most important, I think, or one of the most important things, is that your mat is really sticky. So if your mat is not sticky enough, I'm actually going to use this side, you're going to have problems and issues. And so I'm actually going to use the Silhouette Strong Grip mat, but like a brand new standard cutting mat, or you know, if your mat is really sticky, then that's what you want to do. Let's actually bring this farther in here. And so we put our faux leather into the top right corner here. Let me just bring this up. Okay. And so I'm going to put it right here. And I've always cut with the faux leather side face up. And I think if you just cut it this way, then you would just need to mirror your design. But I've always had luck cutting it this way. So I'm going to put that in there, and then actually let me rearrange it in Cricut or Silhouette Design Studio, or Silhouette Studio. And then I'm going to load my machine like that. Let me just make sure that I've got enough. I should. Yeah, I'll be fine. The next thing is the blade. So like using a sticky mat, which is really important, using a newish blade, and I say newish because it doesn't need to be, you know, brand new right out of the box, but if it's well loved and well used, then you're probably not going to get the best results, and that can really be frustrating. So let's see, I've got some comments there. Oh, hi James. Hi Abdur. Thanks for joining us. So back to the auto blade. So you can use either like the auto blade or like the ratchet blade. The rotary blade, which is the specialty blade for the Cameo 4, is I haven't had much luck with it. So I would recommend either the auto blade or the ratchet blade. The benefit, of course, of using the auto blade is that you don't have to make those adjustments manually. If you've got the ratchet blade, of course, with the Cameo 4 included in the machine, with the machine are 4 adapters. So the black adapter is what goes with the ratchet blade. So you would need to adjust the blade so that the line is that little red line correct. Or if you use the, there we go, we got it at 10. And then you would put it into the adapter. And then you'd put the adapter in the machine. But if you use the auto blade, then you don't have to worry about any of that. It'll just, the machine will know. That sensor on the back knows that you're using the auto blade or you're using the ratchet blade. So I'm going to put that in there. And we're going to start cutting. So let's go ahead and make sure that's pressed on here. I'm kind of nervous. I've done this before. I did this yesterday. So I shouldn't be nervous, but you know, when you're live, you always kind of get a little nervous, like, is this going to work out? But then I can show you, after we cut it out, how to put them together. So these are the pieces that I cut out. Oops, it stuck to my mat. So you can hear the machine. So we're at a speed of 1. That's why I pre-cut out these other pieces, because if we had to cut out 8 of these, we'd be here forever. So for the sake of time, I've already cut out these pieces. And you can see the exposed backing, and I'll show you how to cover that up. These are the other ones too. I like that shine to it. I think it's really pretty. And then I cut out some glitter HTV. Which reminds me, let's go ahead and I'm going to be applying that with the Cricut mini press. So let me plug this in and get it warming up so that it's going to be hot and ready for us when we need to press our HTV. Of course, a home iron or your heat press would work as well. I think I'll put it on medium. And then here we go. We've got these. I can see the cut lines in the leather, or the faux leather, so that looks pretty good. I'm going to go ahead and unload that. Oops. And peel this up here. And a nice cut. Look at that. Awesome. Now this piece is just whole. These are sized pretty small. So the smaller you go, of course, the less intricate I would recommend the design be. So this is pretty basic, and I sized it to 1.5 inches. Of course, if you've got a really intricate, like snowflake or something with a lot of little pieces, you definitely would want to size it at least 2 inches. Probably much bigger than that. And then here's this other piece. I'm going to peel up here too. Now, I also wanted to show you another thing. So I didn't get quite a good cut there. My blade is not the newest. I probably should have switched it to a new one, but I'm going to put this off to the side. These strong grip mats are sticky, so I'm going to put that off to the side while So my easy press or mini press is, there we go. And then what I did with this one is this particular earring design comes with a hole, you know, obviously for the earring mechanism to go through. And when you cut the earrings like so small, then you don't always get the cleanest cut because it's so tiny. So this one I actually would need to maybe cut out a little bit better. These ones, what I did is I actually, in the design software, I removed that hole. So this one does not have a hole at the top. And I'll show you what you can do to, you know, obviously you need to put it back in. But what we want to do first is put the HTV on. So let's get all our little pieces, the fronts and backs here. Do we have any first-time viewers today? Anyone new to swing? See, we've got Teresa from Savannah. Hi. And Bunny. And what kind of mat are you, Maddie's asking, what kind of mat are you using? Are you asking about the cutting mat that I use? This is the Strong Grip, Silhouette Strong Grip cutting mat. And I do have a link for that in the description. So I like to use that mat when I do thicker materials, but I have used a brand new standard mat, and that has worked well. So and then these are the little pieces that came out of here, and they're so small, but I think what you could do is you could punch a little hole in these, and you could even make these little earrings if you wanted to. Would be cute. So I also cut out 2 pieces of glitter HTV, and I'm going to apply those onto these earrings here. And I think it would be easier if I cut this in half. These are the only scissors I can find right now, but they work. And then I can align that on there. Now, I sized these really small. So, you know, of course, if you want to make this bigger, then it's definitely not going to be as fiddly. But I liked them pretty small. So, I have these at 1.5 inches. Okay. I think I might do them one at a time. Well, I don't know. So the thing about the faux leather is that, you know, even though Caesar Glitter HTV says, you know, to apply it with, you know, at 320 degrees for, what, 15 seconds, I think that would totally melt the faux leather. So when I use my big heat press, what I will typically do is lower the heat like to about 305, which is what I use for Easy Weed HTV, and then I'll reduce the time. I'll only press it for about 9 seconds. And then because I've got some exposed faux leather here, I am going to put a cover sheet over it. This is actually just a piece of parchment paper. And I'm going to press that down here with a fair amount of pressure and just gently move it around. This little Easy Press Mini, it gets really hot, so definitely be careful. Okay, so I think, oh yeah, these are hot. I think this actually did pretty well. Yeah. See, I can peel that up just fine. Yeah. So because, you know, these aren't going to be going through the washer, the dryer, then it's okay to modify the recommended application settings. So, you know, I mean, you saw I only pressed that for, what, 5 seconds or so? Mainly because I don't want to melt this faux leather. So I've used this mini press with the Cricut faux leather sheets. So I knew that this was going to be okay. So maybe if you're using a different type of leather, maybe you found something else, then I would definitely test it on like a scrap piece just to make sure, especially if you're using a heat press, because I have melted some faux leather before. So yeah, just reduced time and temp, I think, is probably the best recommendations. Oh, hi Ingrid. Oh, hi Sandy, your first timer, thank you. Oh, we have Sandy and Cindy, thank you. And April's asking if Swing sells the leather. I don't think they do. I haven't seen it before. I actually purchased these at these leather sheets at the craft store. I think Michael's. It might have been Joann's. But Swing does have the cameos, and then I did see that there are some mini presses in stock too, which is exciting. Alright, so now we've got the fronts and the backs, and then the front and back of these too. And this is just a heat pressing pillow, just because this mat here is not meant to have any heat on it, so I just needed a surface to apply the HTV that wouldn't melt. So I used a heat pressing pillow. But if you've got like maybe a silicone sheet or something. So the next thing I'm going to do is these earrings. We cut out that little tiny hole for the earring mechanism, but these ones I didn't. So what I'm going to do is I think this is a 1/16 or a 3/16 inch hole punch. It's really, really tiny. But I just put that right in there. And then punch it. And it makes a really nice, clean cut into, there we go. Oh yeah, you can see from the back. I want to hold it up to the camera so you can see. Let me get a piece of paper. Here we go. We'll get our camera to focus, hopefully. But this is the one that I did with the hole puncher. And I'm always happy with how that comes out versus how I mean, the hole is just so small and such a thick material, relatively thick material, that I've just always had really good results using a hole puncher. And I think this I just got at the craft store, maybe even like the office supply store. So, you know, it's not anything like super fancy. Oh, we've got Katie here too. Hi, Katie. Thanks for watching. Alright, so now we've got, then you would have to obviously punch the holes into all the other ones. So, for the sake of time, I will just punch a back. I'll put that to the side. And we'll just do one. So hey, wouldn't that be fun? I could mix and match these earrings. So see how these were the earrings that I cut out, but we had to mirror the backs because you can't just flip it around to make it the back of the earring. So remember to mirror the design. In Silhouette Studio, you do that by right-clicking the object and selecting flip horizontally. Sorry, let me get a drink of water. It's been a little smoky in this area. So even with the windows all locked up tight, it's been kind of smoky. So I hope if you are in Northern California, you're staying safe. Okay, all right, and so then I poked a hole in that one too. So then now what we need to do is adhere these together. And the fastest way to do this, in a really effective way, is to use, I'm going to turn this off. It'll eventually turn off. It's got like a auto time, the Easy Press Mini. Ooh, it's hot. See? It'll eventually turn off. It's got an auto timer, but I'm going to turn it off because we don't need it right now. I'm going to use my Xyron machine, my sticker maker. So this is the 5-inch one. There's also like smaller ones, like the 1.5-inch one too. And these earrings are small enough that these would actually fit in there. So I'll put that right there. And that what this machine does is, that's a sticker maker. It puts adhesive on the back. So I would take one of these, the front. I'm going to take the front and put it right in here and push it in. They're so small, but that I wanted to do that, so I need a little tool. I can push it all the way in. Probably should use the smaller one. Oops. Yeah, these are too small for this one. I'm going to use this guy. I could probably figure it out. This one you just press in here and then you pull it out. The other side. And you rip that. And then with this one, oops. Just put it in there. And you rip it there. You want to burnish this so that the adhesive sticks to the back of it. Sorry, I'm checking comments again. Oh, Courtney's here. Thanks for watching. Oh, Grand Junction, Colorado looks like it's on fire now too. Oh my goodness. Well, stay safe. Because it's no bueno. Okay, so we've got the adhesive. Then you peel off this top part here and just discard it. Unless you know of a way to recycle these or use them with crafts. I love being able to find ways to use, every bit of the projects that I the materials that I use. So there is adhesive on the back of this. So I'm going to roll that off there. And then I can just line these up. Just like, oops, this. There we go. All right, so now you've got a front with the HGV. I love that. I love that sparkle. And then a back. So if they flip around in your ear, then you could put HTV on the backs too. I just decided to do it just on the front. So if they flip around, they'll be finished on the front and the back. I'm gonna do this. This one's gonna be a little bit more fiddly, but I wanted them this small, so these I sized at 1.5 inches, which is really small. Probably if you don't go less than 2 inches, you'll be safe. But This is a pretty basic shape, so I thought, hey, what the heck, I'm going to try it. There we go. And if you've got any little adhesive flyaways, you can kind of pick those off with like a craft knife or a pair of scissors. Okay, so then you've got your earrings with the front and the back. So that is fun. And it's fun to like layer earrings too, so you could put more than one on. Oh, that would be fun, huh? Okay, so then the next thing, of course, is putting it all together. So I got a little kit like this, I think again from the craft store. Plus I have some of these tweezers, and I have, or not tweezers, like bottlenose pliers. And then I only have a wire cutter. Ideally, I think I would want 2 of these, but this is what I have, so that's what I'm going to use. And so what you'll need are these little jump rings. Get out 2 of those. And then the earring mechanism. These are the fish hook earring mechanisms. And I like this set because you get silver and gold. Because I know for some of you, you are only silver, you are only gold. So I kind of switch it up, mix and match. I hope that's not too bad. Okay, so then you just have to carefully open up the jump ring. And you slide the earring through like so, and then you put the earring mechanism on, and then you close up the jump ring. And then there you go, you got one of your earrings done, and beautiful. I love the shiny. I love glitter, so this to me is so funny, so fun. And then this faux leather's got that patina sheen to it. But there are so many different kinds of patterned faux leather that you really have so many options for you or your customers. These are really popular to sell like on Etsy or craft shows if those ever come back. This is a little trick that I've done before. So there's a little hook on the end of the fish hook earring, and if you very gently rotate it, like, you have to be really gentle because I've actually broken these before. If you rotate it so it faces forward, it really helps with the earrings facing forward rather than flipping backwards or flipping to the side. Just have to be careful. So you would work that. So let's see if you can kind of see the difference. This one is totally, I know it's so small, I'm sorry. And my camera's not the best at focusing. And then this one, I don't know if you can see the difference, but what I did is I just rotated it so that the hole and that this are the same direction. And so now when you go and put it on your jump ring, it helps keep the earring facing forward instead of like flipping backwards or flipping to the side. So where's my other piece? Oh, there it is. Okay, put that on there. And I've also like put little jewels or charms on here too. There's lots of different things that you can do to make these, and it's a lot of fun. So it's a project that I've done a lot of with my Cameo for because it does it so well. So I'm really pleased with the results. And then you get your earring set, and that's just so fun. And all done with our Silhouette Cameo, which I have linked to the earring designs too in the description. So if you like those, you can check those out. Oops, sorry, I'm gonna just turn this around so I can say hi, or bye rather, because that's the end for today. Thank you so much for watching. Of course, if you have questions, then please feel free to ask them, because I love to be able to help anybody with their crafty projects. And then I hope you have a great rest of your day. Bye!